Hello and welcome to this Come to Jesus Daily devotional. Following on from yesterday's devotional from Matthew 16, we continue to reflect on the same text and how we can ensure that we keep in mind the concerns of God rather than merely human concerns. Let's read from Matthew 16, 21 to 23. From that time on, Jesus began to explain to his disciples that he must go to Jerusalem and suffer many things at the hands of the elders, the chief priests, and the teachers of the law, and that he must be killed and on the third day be raised to life. Peter took him aside and began to rebuke him. "Never, Lord," he said, "this shall never happen to you." Jesus turned and said to Peter, "Get behind me, Satan. You are a stumbling block to me. You do not have in mind the concerns of God, but merely human concerns." I love music, and I love it, as I'm sure we all do, when there is true harmony and each instrument or voice complements the others. The opposite of this is a cacophony, as each voice or instrument competes for space or is out of harmony or is out of tune with each other. This is what we're seeing in this confrontation between Jesus and Peter. Peter is out of harmony, out of tune with Jesus. Peter is wanting to play a different tune. Peter is wanting Jesus to play his tune. In other words, Peter wants things his way rather than the way of God. Following on from yesterday, I wanted to focus on this idea of having in mind the things of God. This is about putting God's will above our own. Better yet, this is about having our will aligned with God's will. The ideal of Christian maturity is to become someone who loves what God loves. The Father wants us all to have in mind the things of God. How do we grow toward this? Firstly, you must be born again. Let's begin at the beginning. We must be born again. A Christian, by the Spirit's work of new birth, has a new heart and new desires. The flesh still competes with this. However, every Christian has a new power and inclination to please their Heavenly Father. So we must be born again. Secondly, fill your mind and heart. To keep in mind the things of God, we must fill our mind with the Word of God, with the truths of God. God's Word is God's will. His Word is Spirit-authored and is transformative and is authoritative. Those who feed on God's Word will have their thinking sanctified and aligned increasingly with God's will. So firstly, we must be born again. Secondly, fill our minds and hearts with truth. Thirdly, be in community. To keep in mind the things of God, it's important that we're in community. Let's notice that Peter is rebuked by Jesus. His friend, Jesus, he's in relationship with Jesus. Notice that as Peter is rebuked, not only does he learn in community, but all those around him are also learning from this rebuke. We all need to have loving friends who rebuke us from time to time. There are lots that could be said about how we ensure that the compass of our hearts and minds are aligned with the concerns of God. The world, the flesh, the devil want to take us off course so that we plot our own course, that we plot our lives according to human concerns rather than the concerns of God. Are you and I in harmony with God? Do we love what He loves? Have we been born again? Are we filling our minds with God's truth? Are we being helped in community? How do you need to tune up or keep your heart in tune with God's concerns? Peter was following merely human concerns and wanted Jesus to avoid the suffering of the cross. Sometimes God's ways, His concerns are difficult to understand, and can be even painful for us. Like Christ, may we be able to say, as He says in Matthew 26:42, He went away a second time and prayed, "My Father, if it's not possible for this cup to be taken away unless I drink it, may your will be done." God bless you.